Hello, everybody. I know it's been at least, I think over a couple weeks. I think the last time I checked on the app there to see how things were progressing on there, I think 20 days or something like that since my last upload. So, been not necessarily busy in here, but I did take a few days to figure out getting this is what the video is about. It's the ComfortZone. It says industrial, but it's a 7,500 watt, 240 volt, it pulls 31.3 amps at the 7,500 wattage heater, and it can heat. I think it's 400 to 600 square feet or something like that. And they say it only costs around 10-12 cents an hour if you run it. So it's, that seems fairly efficient to me. I searched around. I bought this one from Rural King for 149 bucks. It was a pretty good deal. It had the remote and everything, so it also has a timer on it. So what I'm going to do today is because the instruction manual for this is atrocious. One time it says something about the size of the wire you need, but it doesn't actually specify the size. It just says run your 8-gauge wire into the heater itself. So this is the box. This is what it looks like. This roll here. This is my 8-2 wire that's 50 foot long. So get rid of the box and we'll show you the heater. And here it is. So we're going to go over a few things, and it's pretty small. It's 14 inches by 12 and a half by 10 and something like that. Well, we'll just measure it. So we got 14, 10 and a half, and then 13 tall. So I'm going to go, because I'm going to have the lights are going to be off when I do the breaker. So I'm not going to really show you the breaker, but I'll show you what I'm going to do to hook my breaker up. And I'm going to go over my tools and my parts real quick. So here's the heater. Here's the arm bracket that comes with it, so you can hang it up wherever you want and do that. Like I said, I got my 8-2, 50. I got 50 foot of this 8-2 wire. So there's a black and a white and a ground in there, which this is going to be hardwired in. So you'll have your black and your white, and then your ground in here, and then you'll have a black and white into your breaker, and then in your panel box, wherever that's at, and then you'll ground it out. So like I said, the instruction manual is it's not very good. So now if you were just going to run this heater on the low setting, you can get away with a 2-pole 30 amp breaker like this, but I want to be able to have the option to run it on the high setting as well. So I jumped up to the 2-pole 40 amp. And that way I don't have to worry about kicking the breaker. Same reason why I got the 8-gauge instead of the 10-gauge. If you're just going to run it on low and that's all you're going to do, you could do the 10-gauge, 10-2 and the 30 amp 2-pole breaker. If you don't, by all means, talk to somebody that knows what they're doing if you're not sure, because your specific situation could be very different than mine. I've done this stuff before. I'm confident in what I'm doing. I also double checked with my supplier where I got this stuff. So I guess I can run down. So my 2-pole 40 amp breaker was 15 bucks. 50 feet of the wire was 53 something. So I'm into it for 75 plus the 149. So it's not too bad. It's 210ish, 220. We'll go over the tools real quick that I'm going to be using. So we're going to need some type of drill, impact. If you want to, you can just do it with drill, whatever. But I'm going to put mine, I'm going to hook mine into the 2x6 like this, and I'm going to use 3/16 4.5 inch bolt, lag screw. That was good. With 2 washers on it. And the reason for the washers is one's going to go on the bolt, on the lag screw, like this, and the other one's going to go on it like that. So when I put it up into the joist running across, if I want to, I can spin it. It's not going to be easy spinning it, but I can spin it. That way I can have a direction for it. And so you're going to want to also have some electrician's tools, especially something to tell if the power's on or off. I cannot stress this enough. You need something to be able to tell, even if you shut off when you go out to the main panel and shut off the incoming power, double check and make sure the voltage is off, because that will hurt you. So I have a Klein tool. This is what I like to use. It's pretty simple. You turn it on. It's green when there's no power, and then this will go red when there's power to it. Also, I have a set of, this is my pouch that I use for when I do electrical stuff. You'll need a pair of wire cutters. It can just be simple set like this, or you can have a bigger set like this. You also need a pair of wire strippers. You know, you can get all this stuff, insulated electrical tools from any of the big box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, any of that stuff. But you need a set of wire strippers to get your wire stripped back. You can get a fancier set that will strip it when you just put it in there. Also, you'll need, depending on type of breaker you have, like this 2-pole 40 has a flathead. So that's, I'm going to need, I have various ones in here. So I have to be able to tighten down the wires. I prefer the ones that have a square drive in them, because you just get a much better purchase in there when you go to crank these things down. And then also I have this little grommet thing that I'm going to put into my main panel box, so when I feed the wire down, there won't be any chance of it popping back up through. It's just, makes it look nice. It's just what you need to do. And they come in different sizes depending on your panel. Like I said, if you're worried about any of this stuff, do not do it. Just hire somebody to do it. It's not that big of a deal, So we'll go through and put this stuff back in here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I can show you the inside of the panel, inside the heater real quick, and show you it really isn't that difficult at all to get this wired up. So your wire comes in through here. You put one of these grommets in here, one in the panel box, bring it down, and then you come through here, and then once you get them tightened up, because you'll have line 1 and line 2. It doesn't really matter if it's so go white and black, and then you put in your ground here, and then that's pretty much it. And then you get it ran back to your breaker, get that fed down through, and basically do the same thing. You'll feed your one black and your one white in here, and then put the ground, and then you're good to go. Like I said, I'll come back I'll show you my run, I guess, and then where I'm gonna put this. So I always get more wire than I need, but I am going to put, let's see, not on this one, but this one right in here in the middle of the lights, and point it this way. So, and then my run is going to be from all the way over here, all the way over that way. I got a hole through the upper part where I got the rest of my wires running. I'm going to run it with that, and then we're going to go over to the main box. The room itself is like 28 feet long. So, but I always get, you're way better off getting more wire, having extra left over than running short, because then you just bought wire that you really can't do anything with, and you know, it's just a waste of time and money. So I got 50 feet, which is more because I go from here, the room's 28 foot long from here to here, and then there's probably at least another 10 foot or so from this wall to the panel. But so, you know, I might have bought anywhere from 15 to 20 feet extra, but like I said, I'd rather have extra than not enough, and then not be able to place it wherever I want to. And it's just, you know, you're just better off that way. I mean, I can't stress it enough to have more than enough. So, all right, well, we'll stop this here, and then I'll probably bring you back when I'm running the wire from, when I'm tying the wire into this, and then I'll show you a picture of the panel box with the breaker and everything installed. Oh, also, your breakers depends on what the breaker you get depends on what type of main box, the panel you have. Mine is a square D or a home line, so you'll be able to tell. There should be a sticker inside your box. If not, like I said, get somebody that you either pay somebody, an electrician, to do it, or a buddy that knows what they're doing and isn't going to burn down your shop. So, all right, we'll check back with you in a little bit when I'm getting this wired up, turning on the breaker, and getting this thing running. All right, so it's all hooked up. Give a test run here. Set it at 80 degrees, see what it does. It's 60 degrees in here right now with the wood stove, and I got the eco fan on the stove, which powers itself from the heat, and then a regular fan hooked up. So as far as noise, it ain't too bad. So right now it's on high, it's 59 degrees. It's fairly quiet, so it ain't too bad. Then I'll go out here and I'll show you what the breaker box looks like. I got the cover off of it right now. You guys sit right there. This is why I didn't, those wires there, those ran to the back bedroom and the other two rooms there. But like I said, I got the breaker off right now, and you don't want to touch any of this stuff in here. But you can see this is where my 8 gauge comes down into. So that's that. So everything's hooked up where it needs to be. It's up to 61 already. So we'll pretty happy. Not hard, pretty easy install. You know, didn't take, I don't know, probably an hour. Let's say an hour, and it's running on high right now, so, and it's fairly quiet. But I'll turn it down to, let's say we'll just turn it down to 65. See if it shuts off at 65. Other than that, like I said, yep, we just kicked off right there. Still blowing, but it's not getting any warmer. So that's awesome. You guys got any questions about anything? Thanks for watching, sticking around. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to have for the next one. Probably going to end up, since I got my workbench level 2, my table saw, and everything's all worked up, I'll probably start working on a couple projects I have for people. So that'll probably be the next thing. And like I said, thanks for sticking around. If you got any questions about anything, what I used, anything like that, just comment below. And thanks for watching.